As you progress in the design process, you might start to navigate through your model in Vectorworks Spotlight with your design team or maybe even with your client. In that circumstance, we might be looking for something a little bit more interesting related to the background behind the model in your drawing area. What we're talking about is the Renderworks background. So Vectorworks has the ability to change the Renderworks background that you see. Right now, we're just seeing a simple kind of purple background. What we want to do is go select View, go to our View option of Renderworks Background. So Set Renderworks Background is about a third of the way down that list, and we're going to select Set Renderworks Background. We get a simple drop-down list here. Currently, the Renderworks background is set to none. The reason why we are seeing a purple background on my particular screen is because I have the black background default set for my drawing area. So the Renderworks background is something different. If we click this drop-down list, we might actually be able to select from a whole variety of options on this list. I like HDRI, that's High Dynamic Range Image, and all of these images are pre-baked into Vectorworks Spotlight, at least the list of images that you see here. Now, some nice ones to use might be HDRI Sky Partly Cloudy. That gives you the nice range of color in the sky, so let's go ahead and select that. And then you also get some clouds in the background. This is pretty nice. As we navigate around our model, we get kind of this effect of sky and clouds. That's pretty cool. It adds just a little bit of depth of realism to the model. Now, obviously, we haven't added any textures or any more articulation to the model at this moment that you see here on the screen, but just having that Renderworks background there does add a little bit of depth and reality to the model. Next, we might actually want to select a Renderworks background that would apply well to the design application of this particular set. So we're looking to do lit neon and maybe some glowing textures on some car headlights and the interior of the store, etc., to fit with the theme of the scene. So what we want to do is maybe choose a Renderworks background that is not daylight, but something in the evening or nighttime. So what I like to choose, usually when I'm doing kind of night render type scenes, I want to go to View, Set Renderworks Background, and then I'd actually like to select the one that is HDRI Evening. So that is just here, just below day. We can see what day looks like if we want to. It's just kind of a blank blue sky blue, so no clouds in the sky. But really what I want to set it to is Renderworks Background HDRI Evening, and we'll say OK. We get kind of this nice pink glow to the sky. That's pretty good. What I was actually thinking about was twilight, so I sometimes get these confused. So evening is thinking toward the end of the day. Twilight is just before the sun is about to rise, before the colors in the sky change. So I actually want not the evening one, but the twilight one. So I'm going to go back to View one more time, Set Renderworks Background, and we're going to pick out Twilight. So we see HDRI Sky Twilight. That's down toward the bottom of the HDRI list. You'll also notice up here up top that the Renderworks backgrounds that we have selected previously are in this short list up here at the top of the menu. So we can always come right back to our favorites. So I want to add HDRI Sky Twilight to this scene. Looks a lot like the black background that we had set previously, but there is a little bit more color range in the sky, and as we rotate around, if we were going to look more directly up toward the sky, it gets darker, and as we look toward the horizon, it's a little bit bright. So it would give you that nice kind of twilight effect as light begins to glow in the beginning of the day. But this is going to mix really well when we start to apply glow textures to some of that neon, and we see those reflections on some of those materials that we're going to create.